Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let me tell you a story. A story about patience, kindness, and a little black cat who almost gave up hope. Tonight, we're going to follow Luna's journey, from the cold shelter floors to the warmth of a loving home. Her story is one of quiet perseverance, gentle hearts, and the magic that happens when someone finally sees you. So get comfortable, pull your blankets close, and drift along with me as we discover what this small creature can teach us about love, second chances, and never giving up. Let the worries of your day fade away, because tonight we're going somewhere peaceful, somewhere hopeful, somewhere safe. Before Luna's story unfolds, let's breathe together for a moment. In and out. You see, this story carries a gentle truth, a truth about how we all want to be seen, really seen, not judged by our appearance, but valued for who we truly are. Luna will teach us that waiting doesn't mean losing hope, that darkness can be beautiful, that patience is a form of love, and that sometimes the longest journeys lead us exactly where we belong. So as you listen, let these lessons wash over you like a warm tide. There's no rush, no urgency, just a slow, peaceful unfolding of a story that ends in comfort, in safety, in home. Breathe in, breathe out, and let's begin.
Our story begins in a shelter. Just as the evening light filters through the windows, the day's visitors have gone home, the building settles into its nighttime quiet. And in the back row, in the third cage from the left, lies a small black cat named Luna. Luna has been here a long time, so long that she knows the rhythm of this place by heart. She knows the sound of the morning feeding cart, its wheels squeaking gently down the hallway. She knows the volunteer who always hums softly while cleaning. She knows which cats meow at dawn and which ones sleep until noon. The shelter isn't a bad place. The people here are kind. They speak in gentle voices. They make sure every cat has food, water, a clean space to rest. But it isn't home. And Luna, like all the cats here, dreams of home. Each morning, Luna would position herself at the front of her cage. She'd sit up straight, her green eyes bright and hopeful, her small black paws pressed against the bars, waiting, watching, hoping that today someone would see her. But days turned to weeks, weeks turned to months, and the faces that passed by her cage rarely stopped. Some would glance at her briefly, then move on to the orange tabby next door, or the fluffy white Persian across the way. Black cats, they'd say, were common, ordinary. Some even whispered about bad luck, old superstitions that clung to black cats, like shadows. Luna didn't understand why her color mattered. She was soft, she was gentle, she had so much love stored up inside her little heart, just waiting for someone to receive it. But as the seasons changed outside her window, spring to summer, summer to fall, Luna began to understand that maybe no one was coming. And so she stopped sitting at the front of her cage. She stopped pressing her paws against the bars. Instead, she curled up in the back corner, her face turned toward the wall, and she waited in the quiet darkness.
Chapter 2. The weight of time. Time moves differently in a shelter. Each day blends into the next, creating a soft blur of sameness. For Luna, day 100 felt much like day 1, and day 500, well, it felt like forever. But let's pause here and breathe with Luna. In and out. Feel the stillness of her small world, the predictability, the waiting. The shelter staff loved Luna. There was Margaret, a silver-haired volunteer who worked Tuesday mornings. She'd always save an extra moment for Luna's cage. She'd sit on the floor, speaking in whispers, telling Luna about her garden, her grandchildren, her own cat that had passed away years ago. "You remind me of midnight," Margaret would say softly, her weathered hand reaching through the bars to stroke Luna's head. Same green eyes, same gentle soul. Someone's going to see that. Someone's going to know how special you are. Luna would purr during these visits, a small, rusty sound, like she'd almost forgotten how to. These moments were warm spots in her long days, little islands of connection in an ocean of waiting. Then there was David, the young man who cleaned the cages each evening. He was quiet, perhaps a bit lonely himself. He'd take his time with Luna's space, making sure everything was just right. Extra blankets on cold nights, her favorite toy, a small crinkly mouse, always within reach. "I'm sorry it's taking so long," he'd whispered to her. "You deserve better than this. You deserve a window with sunshine, a soft couch to nap on, someone who comes home to you every single night." Luna would blink slowly at him, the cat equivalent of a kiss, as if saying, "I know, and thank you for seeing me." The shelter was full of these small kindnesses, but kindness, Luna learned, wasn't the same as belonging. It wasn't the same as home. She was grateful, but she was also tired. So very tired of waiting. Winter came, then another spring. The shelter put up decorations for holidays Luna didn't understand. Halloween pumpkins, Christmas lights, Valentine's hearts. Each holiday brought more visitors, more families looking for pets, but black cats remained invisible. Especially quiet, older black cats who'd given up hoping. By day 600, Luna had learned to sleep most of the day. Sleep was easier than watching people pass by, easier than feeling the small sting of rejection each time someone chose a different cat. In her dreams, Luna would run through tall grass, chase butterflies, feel the sun warm on her black fur. In her dreams, she was free. The shelter director, a woman named Patricia, noticed Luna's decline. She'd seen it before, this quiet resignation. She tried everything she could think of, featured Luna on social media with extra special posts, created a video of Luna playing, showing her sweet personality, even offered to waive all adoption fees. but the applications never came. And Patricia would lie awake at night, wondering what else she could do. How to make people see past centuries of superstition. How to make them understand that black cats were just as loving, just as worthy as any other color. "We won't give up on you," Patricia promised Luna one quiet afternoon. Her voice was steady, but her eyes were sad. Luna blinked slowly from her corner. A small acknowledgement. A tiny thread of trust still holding on. And as the shelter settled into its evening routine, Luna curled into an even tighter ball and let sleep carry her away to those dreams of sunshine and grass and freedom.
Chapter 3. The Volunteer Who Noticed. And then, on a Tuesday morning in early autumn, something shifted. Not dramatically, not with fanfare, but quietly, the way most important things begin. Sarah had been thinking about volunteering for months. Life had been heavy lately, a job she didn't love, an apartment that felt too empty, a general sense that something was missing, though she couldn't quite name what. Maybe helping others will help me, she thought. So she signed up for the shelter's volunteer orientation, and on her first day, she was assigned to the cat room. The shelter had given her a simple task: spend time with the cats who'd been there the longest. Talk to them, play with them, help them remember how to interact with people. These were the cats who'd started to fade, to disappear into themselves. Sarah walked slowly down the rows of cages, reading the cards attached to each door. Names, ages, how long they'd been waiting. Some cards made her heart hurt. Whiskers, 423 days. Shadow, 671 days. Luna, 832 days. 832 days. Sarah stopped breathing for a moment. More than 2 years. She looked into the cage, and at first she didn't see anything, just blankets in the corner. Then the blankets moved slightly, and 2 green eyes appeared in the darkness. "Hey there," she whispered. She didn't open the cage, not yet. She just sat down on the floor, cross-legged, at eye level with the small black shape in the shadows. Luna didn't move. She'd learned that sometimes people looked, but they never stayed. Why waste the energy on hope? But Sarah didn't leave. She sat there, in comfortable silence. 1 minute, 2, 5. She didn't make demands, didn't try to coax Luna out, just sat, present, patient. "I know what you feel," Sarah said quietly, almost to herself, waiting for someone to really see you, wondering if you're somehow not enough, if there's something wrong with you that you can't quite fix. Luna's ear twitched, just slightly. "But I see you," Sarah continued. "I don't know your story yet, but I see you there. And I'll come back tomorrow, if that's okay. We don't have to do anything. I'll just sit with you. You don't have to perform. You don't have to be anything other than exactly what you are." And Sarah kept her word. Tuesday came again, and there she was, sitting on the floor by Luna's cage. This time she brought a book. She read aloud, her voice a gentle murmur.
stories about gardens and adventures in faraway places. Luna listened from her corner. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Each day Sarah returned. Each day she sat. Sometimes she read, sometimes she just talked about her day, the difficult meeting at work, the neighbor's noisy dog, the way the autumn leaves were changing color. By the second week, Luna had moved closer. Not much, just not quite so far back in her corner. She could see Sarah better from here, could watch her face as she talked. There was something calm about this human, something safe. "You know what I think?" Sarah said one afternoon, her voice soft as a lullaby. "I think you've been waiting for the right person. Not just any person, the right one. And maybe I've been waiting too, for something, or someone. I'm not sure yet." Luna's tail moved, just the tip. A small flicker of something. Interest? Recognition? Hope? Sarah noticed. Her eyes got a little misty. "That's it," she whispered. "That's a good sign. Take your time. There's no rush. We have all the time in the world." On day 17 of Sarah's visits, something remarkable happened. Luna stood up, slowly, stiffly, as if her muscles had forgotten how to. She took one step forward, then another, and another, until she was right at the front of the cage, her pink nose nearly touching the bars. Sarah held perfectly still. She barely breathed. She just watched as Luna, with infinite caution, reached one black paw through the bars, just one, and placed it, gently, tentatively, on Sarah's knee. The touch was so light, so delicate, like a question mark, like a prayer, like a small, brave step toward trust after 832 days of disappointment. Sarah's tears came then, quiet, gentle, flowing down her cheeks as she carefully, so carefully, reached out and touched Luna's paw with one finger. "Hi, I'm so glad to meet you, really meet you." Luna blinked, slowly, both eyes, the cat kiss, the sign of trust. And in that moment, in that simple gesture, both of them knew. This was it. This was the connection they'd both been waiting for. Margaret, the Tuesday volunteer, happened to walk by. She saw Sarah crying, saw Luna's paw extended through the bars, and pressed her hand to her heart. David, cleaning nearby, stopped and smiled. Patricia, passing with paperwork, paused and watched. Sometimes, love arrives quietly, not with thunder or lightning, but with a single paw, a gentle touch, a moment of recognition between two souls who needed each other.
Chapter 4. Going Home. The paperwork took an hour, but Sarah and Luna had waited 832 days, so what was one more hour? Sarah filled out forms while Luna watched from her cage. Every few minutes, Sarah would look up and smile. "Almost there," she'd whisper. "Almost time to go home." Patricia processed the adoption with tears in her eyes. "I've been here 9 years, and Luna was one of the ones I worried most about. Thank you. Thank you for seeing her." When it was finally time, David brought in a carrier, a soft-sided one, with a fleece blanket inside. Luna didn't resist. She let Sarah lift her gently, carefully, and place her inside the carrier, as if she understood. This was different. This time, she was leaving for real. The shelter staff gathered to say goodbye. Margaret kissed her fingers and pressed them to the carrier. "Be happy, sweet girl," she whispered. David knelt down. "You got your someone. I'm so proud of you for not giving up." As Sarah carried Luna out of the shelter, past the rows of cages still full of waiting cats, Luna stayed quiet. She watched through the mesh window of her carrier as the shelter doors opened, and for the first time in 832 days, she felt the outdoor air on her whiskers. The car ride was peaceful. Sarah had put the carrier on the passenger seat, secured with a seatbelt. She talked to Luna the whole drive, telling her about the apartment, about the sunny window spot she had prepared, about the cozy bed waiting for her. You might be scared at first, and that's okay. You can hide if you need to. You can take all the time you want. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be right there, waiting whenever you're ready.
The apartment was small, just 3 rooms. But Sarah had prepared carefully. She'd set up a quiet space in her bedroom, a corner with a soft bed, food and water nearby, and easy access to hiding spots if Luna needed them. When Sarah opened the carrier, Luna didn't bolt. She sat there for a long moment, looking out at this new world, so different from the shelter. Quiet, soft, full of unfamiliar smells and textures. "Take your time," Sarah whispered, sitting on the floor a few feet away. Luna took one cautious step out, then another. Her pupils were wide, taking everything in. The curtains moving gently in the breeze, the soft carpet under her paws, the smell of Sarah, now mingled with the scent of home. She walked directly to the space under the bed and disappeared. Sarah smiled. "That's perfect," she said softly. "That's exactly right. I'll be right here when you're ready." And so began the slow dance of trust, the patient unfolding of a new life. Sarah left food near the bed, and it disappeared during the night. She left treats a little closer each day. She'd lie on the floor, reading or watching videos on her phone, just being present without demanding anything. On the 3rd night, Sarah woke to a weight on her bed. Her heart jumped. Slowly, carefully, she opened her eyes. In the moonlight streaming through the window, she could see Luna, sitting at the very foot of the bed. Just sitting, watching, deciding. Sarah didn't move, didn't speak, just looked at Luna with all the love and patience she had. And after what felt like forever, Luna took one step up the bed, then another, until she was curled up, small and compact, near Sarah's feet. Sarah's tears soaked into her pillow, but they were happy tears, grateful tears, the kind of tears that come when something precious, something you almost gave up hope for, finally arrives. The days unfolded gently. Luna emerged more each day, first just for food, then to explore one room at a time. The bathroom with its echoey floors, the kitchen with interesting shadows, the living room with its big window and afternoon sun. 3 weeks in, Sarah was sitting on the couch, and Luna jumped up, not hiding, not running, just joining her. She sat at the other end, a safe distance away, but she was there, present,
choosing connection. Sarah's heart soared, but she kept still, let Luna set the pace. By week 6, Luna had claimed the sunny window spot as her favorite place. She'd sit there for hours, watching birds, feeling the warmth, growing stronger, growing braver, growing into herself. And on a quiet Sunday morning in November, exactly 2 months after Adoption Day, Luna did something extraordinary. Sarah was making coffee, humming softly, when she felt something against her leg. She looked down to find Luna rubbing her face against Sarah's ankle, purring. Actually purring, loud and rusty and absolutely beautiful. Then Luna did something more. She flopped onto her back, right there on the kitchen floor, and exposed her belly. The ultimate sign of trust. The gesture that says, "I feel completely safe with you." Sarah slid down to the floor, tears flowing freely now, and Luna crawled into her lap, head-butted her chin, purred like a small engine, made up for 832 days of missed affection in one glorious morning moment. "You're home," Sarah whispered into Luna's soft black fur. "You're finally home. And I promise you'll never feel invisible again."
Chapter 5. What this story teaches us. Now let's pause here together. Breathe deeply and reflect on what Luna's journey teaches us. Not just about cats, but about life, about waiting, about worth. Close your eyes if they're not already closed. Feel yourself sinking deeper into comfort, and let these lessons settle over you like a warm blanket. First lesson: patience is not passive. Luna waited 832 days, but she didn't just wait. She survived. She endured. And when the right moment came, she had the courage to take that first step, to extend that paw. Patience isn't giving up. It's holding on, even when everything tells you to stop. In your own life, you might be waiting for something: a change, a person, an opportunity, a healing. And sometimes that wait feels endless. Like Luna in her shelter, you might wonder if you've been forgotten, if your time will ever come. But Luna's story whispers to us, keep going. Your right moment, your right person, your right opportunity might be just one more day away. Patience doesn't mean the waiting is easy. It means the waiting is worth it. Breathe in patience. Breathe out despair.
Second lesson: we all need to be seen. Luna didn't need someone to fix her. She wasn't broken. She needed someone to see her. Really see her. Not as just a black cat or the one that's been here too long, but as Luna, unique, valuable, worthy of love. How often do we overlook what's right in front of us because it doesn't match our expectations? How often do we judge by appearances instead of taking time to look deeper? And how often do we feel unseen ourselves, passed over, overlooked, dismissed because we don't fit someone else's ideal? Luna's story teaches us, see people, really see them, and know that you, yes, you, are worthy of being seen too. Not for what you can offer, not for how you appear, but for who you are. Breathe in visibility. Breathe out invisibility.
Third lesson: trust takes time. Sarah didn't rush Luna. She didn't force connection. She showed up, day after day, asking for nothing, just being present.
creating safety through consistency. Real trust isn't built in a moment. It's built in 1,000 small moments. A word kept, a promise honored, a presence that doesn't waver. If you're trying to earn someone's trust, be patient. Show up. Be consistent. Let them come to you at their own pace. And if you're the one learning to trust again after disappointment, know that it's okay to move slowly, to test the waters, to protect your heart while it heals. The right person, the right situation will wait for you. Breathe in trust, breathe out fear. Fourth lesson, home isn't a place, it's a feeling. Luna spent 832 days in a shelter that had 4 walls, a roof, food and water. But it wasn't home. Home came when she felt safe, seen, chosen, loved. You might be searching for home right now, trying to figure out where you belong. Remember, home isn't always a location. Sometimes it's a person, a community, a feeling of peace that settles in your chest. Sarah's apartment became home because Luna felt she belonged there, not because it was perfect, but because it was hers. Your home is where you can be fully yourself, where you don't have to perform or pretend, where you're welcomed exactly as you are. Breathe in belonging. Breathe out searching. Fifth lesson, darkness can be beautiful. Luna's black fur, the thing that kept people from seeing her, was never a flaw. It was part of her beauty, her unique gift. In the right light, at the right moment, with the right person, it became her glory. What about you feels like a flaw? What part of yourself have you learned to hide, thinking it makes you less worthy, less lovable? Luna's story whispers, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not too much or too little. You're not common or ordinary. You're exactly who you're meant to be. And someone, somewhere, will see your darkness and find it beautiful. Breathe in acceptance. Breathe out shame. Sixth lesson, one person can change everything. Sarah was just one volunteer, one person who decided to sit on a shelter floor. But her presence, her patience, her choice changed Luna's entire world. You might feel small, insignificant, like your actions don't matter in the grand scheme of things. But to one cat, to one person, to one life, you could be everything. Your small kindness could be someone's turning point. Your attention could be the thing that saves them. Never underestimate the power of showing up, of seeing, of choosing to care. Breathe in significance. Breathe out inadequacy. Seventh lesson, healing isn't linear. Luna had good days and hard days. She moved forward, then backward. 2 steps out from under the bed, 1 step back. But overall, always, she was healing. If you're recovering from something, disappointment. Third lesson, trust takes time. Sarah didn't rush Luna. She didn't force connection. She showed up, day after day, asking for nothing, just being present, creating safety through consistency. Real trust isn't built in a moment. It's built in 1,000 small moments. A word kept, a promise honored, a presence that doesn't waver. If you're trying to earn someone's trust, be patient, show up, be consistent. Let them come to you at their own pace. And if you're the one learning to trust again after disappointment, know that it's okay to move slowly, to test the waters, to protect your heart while it heals. The right person, the right situation will wait for you. Breathe in trust. Breathe out fear. Fourth lesson. Home isn't a place. It's a feeling. Luna spent 832 days in a shelter that had 4 walls, a roof, food, and water. But it wasn't home. Home came when she felt safe, seen, chosen, loved. You might be searching for home right now, trying to figure out where you belong. Remember, home isn't always a location. Sometimes it's a person, a community, a feeling of peace that settles in your chest. Sarah's apartment became home because Luna felt she belonged there. Not because it was perfect, but because it was hers. Your home is where you can be fully yourself, where you don't have to perform or pretend, where you're welcomed exactly as you are. Breathe in belonging. Breathe out searching. Fifth lesson. Darkness can be beautiful. Luna's black fur, the thing that kept people from seeing her, was never a flaw. It was part of her beauty, her unique gift. In the right light, at the right moment, with the right person, it became her glory. What about you feels like a flaw? What part of yourself have you learned to hide, thinking it makes you less worthy, less lovable? Luna's story whispers, "There's nothing wrong with you. You're not too much or too little. You're not common or ordinary. You're exactly who you're meant to be." And someone, somewhere, will see your darkness and find it beautiful. Breathe in acceptance. Breathe out shame. Sixth lesson. One person can change everything. Sarah was just one volunteer, one person who decided to sit on a shelter floor. But her presence, her patience, her choice changed Luna's entire world. You might feel small, insignificant, like your actions don't matter in the grand scheme of things. But to one cat, to one person, to one life, you could be everything. Your small kindness could be someone's turning point. Your attention could be the thing that saves them. Never underestimate the power of showing up, of seeing, of choosing to care. Breathe in significance. Breathe out inadequacy. Seventh lesson. Healing isn't linear. Luna had good days and hard days. She moved forward, then backward. 2 steps out from under the bed, 1 step back. But overall, always, she was healing. If you're recovering from something, disappointment, loss, heartbreak, trauma, know that healing doesn't happen in a straight line. You'll have days you feel strong and days you want to hide. Both are okay. Both are part of the process. Don't judge your progress by your worst day. Judge it by the overall direction. Are you slightly braver than you were last month? Do you trust a little more? Feel a little safer? That's healing. That's growth, even when it's slow. Breathe in healing. Breathe out judgment. Eighth lesson. Sometimes the wait makes the love sweeter. Would Luna and Sarah's bond be as deep if they'd met on day 1? Maybe, but maybe not. Luna's long wait taught her to recognize real love when it arrived. Sarah's patience proved her commitment. The difficulty of their beginning made their connection more precious. Your hard season, your long wait, isn't wasted time. It's teaching you, preparing you, helping you recognize and appreciate the real thing when it comes. Every day of waiting adds to your story, and your story matters. Breathe in purpose. Breathe out waste. Final lesson. Never give up 5 minutes before the miracle.
On day 831, Luna had no idea that day 832 would change everything. If she'd given up on day 800, she would have missed Sarah, missed home, missed her whole beautiful future. Whatever you're facing, whatever you're waiting for, don't give up 5 minutes before the miracle. Don't stop 5 steps before the finish line. Don't close your heart 5 days before the right person arrives. Keep going. Keep hoping. Keep showing up. Your day 832 might be tomorrow. Breathe in hope. Breathe out despair. These are Luna's gifts to us. These are the lessons written in her long wait and beautiful ending. Take them with you. Let them comfort you. Let them guide you. You are seen. You are worthy. Your time is coming. And until it does, rest in the knowing that every day of waiting is preparing you for something beautiful.
Chapter 6. Luna's Life Now. Not to excite you, but to give you peaceful images to drift into sleep with. Every morning, Luna wakes when the sun hits her favorite window. She stretches, long and slow, her black fur catching the golden light. She looks for just a moment like a small panther, regal, beautiful. She pads softly to Sarah's bedroom, hops onto the bed and headbutts Sarah's chin until she wakes. This is their routine, their morning ritual. Luna's way of saying, I'm here, you're here, we're together. Sarah scratches behind Luna's ears. Good morning, beautiful girl, she whispers, and Luna purrs. That rusty, gorgeous sound that says, I am loved, I am home. Breakfast is a quiet affair. Luna eats slowly, savoring. She's learned she doesn't have to rush. Food will always be there. Safety will always be there. This is her forever. Chapter 6. Luna's Life Now. 50 minutes to 55 minutes. Afternoons are for the window. Luna has a special perch, a soft cushion that Sarah placed there just for her. She watches the world go by. Birds, squirrels, people walking dogs, the neighbors' children playing. Sometimes Sarah works from home, and Luna will leave her window, pad across the room, and curl up on Sarah's lap. Sarah will work with one hand and pet Luna with the other. Neither needs to speak. This silent companionship is enough. Evenings are for play. Luna discovered after all those years in a cage that she loves to play. Feather toys are her favorite. She'll leap and pounce and chase, her eyes bright with joy. Sarah laughs, and Luna seems to smile. Nights are sacred. Every single night,
Luna sleeps on Sarah's bed, sometimes at the foot, sometimes curled against Sarah's side, sometimes spread out right in the middle, taking up more space than a small cat should be able to. And when Sarah can't sleep, when worries or sadness keep her awake, Luna seems to know. She'll move closer, start purring, place one paw on Sarah's hand, as if to say, "I'm here. We'll get through this together."
They've been together for 3 years now. The scared shelter cat is gone. In her place is a confident, affectionate, joyful little being who knows she is loved. Sarah says Luna saved her as much as she saved Luna. That coming home to Luna, being needed, being loved unconditionally, filled a hole in her heart she didn't know was there. They rescued each other. And isn't that the most beautiful kind of love? As you drift off to sleep tonight, imagine Luna in her sunny window. Imagine her soft purr, her slow blinks, her complete contentment. Let that peace wash over you. You too are worthy of that peace, that love, that home.
And so, our story comes to a close. But really, it's not an ending. It's a continuing. Luna and Sarah's story goes on, day after peaceful day. As you float into sleep, remember Luna's lessons. Remember that your wait, however long, is not wasted. That you are seen, even when you feel invisible. That your darkness, whatever form it takes, can be beautiful. Someone out there, somewhere, is looking for exactly what you are. And until they arrive, rest, heal, grow, prepare your heart. Luna waited 832 days, but she made it home. And so will you. So will you. Let yourself drift now. Let go of the day. Let go of your worries. You are safe. You are enough. You are exactly where you need to be. Breathe in the peace of Luna's window. Breathe out the tension in your body. Breathe in the warmth of belonging. Breathe out the fear of being alone. Breathe in hope for tomorrow. Breathe out regrets of yesterday. Luna is sleeping now, in her sunny spot, peaceful, content, home. And you too can rest. Let sleep come softly, like a black cat padding across the room, gentle, quiet, natural. Sweet dreams, dear friend, sweet dreams. You are loved. You are seen. You are home. Sleep well.